If I had to start completely over, no clients, no connections, no reputation, and launch a professional service business in 2026, here's exactly how I do it, step by step, to make it profitable, fulfilling, and scalable. For those of you who don't know me, my name is James Kurtz. I've worked in corporate as a graphic designer for years, for brands like Little Tikes Toys and Hoover Vacuums, before I went out on my own. And since then, I've built a professional services business that's worked with everyone from solopreneurs launching their own thing to massive global brands like Disney, Marvel, Bluey, Lowe's, and many, many more. I'm also a professor at a local university where I teach this as well. But here's the thing. If I lost it all tomorrow, I know exactly what I'd do differently because I've seen what actually works and what everyone gets completely wrong. Most people think building a service business is about getting more clients, posting on social media, or grinding 80-hour weeks. It's not. The truth is, the people who win in 2026 won't be the ones with the most followers or the fanciest funnels. They'll be the ones who understand one simple idea. You don't start a business, you build a brand. And that brand doesn't start with your logo or your website. It starts with one decision that makes everything else easier. Who you're actually building this business for. Define your customer. When I first started my own professional services business, I said yes to everyone. Startups, solopreneurs, corporations. If they had a project and a pulse, I was in. And for a while, it felt great. The inbox was busy, the calendar was full, but every week felt like a new job with a new boss. Different goals, different personalities, different headaches. I was exhausted, not from doing too much, but from never knowing where to focus. Have you ever felt like that? Like you could help so many people that you can't figure out where to even start? Well, that's what kills most new businesses. Not failure, but fog. And how do you fix that? Well, you start with who. Not what you sell, not how you deliver it, but who you want to work with over and over again. Pick one type of client. One kind of person whose problems you understand so well, you could finish their sentences. Because when you do that, everything clicks. Your messaging gets clearer, your offers get sharper, your fulfillment gets faster. Trying to serve everyone is like running 5 marathons at once. You'll burn out before you cross a single finish line. Focus lets you win one race and then choose if you want to run another. So look back at your experience. Who did you enjoy working with most? Who fits your skills and passions best? Who actually had the budget and whose market is growing, not shrinking? When you answer those questions, you're not just finding your ideal client, you're designing the foundation of your brand. Because every strong brand starts with a clear audience. And once you know who you're serving, well, it's time to make it official. Because until you take a few simple steps to legitimize your business, you don't actually have one yet. Get the basics in place. Starting a business without getting the basics in place is like sitting down to play a new board game without reading the rules. You might start moving pieces and having fun, but pretty soon someone's going to stop the game and say, wait, you can't do that. And that's what happens when you skip the setup. You can have great ideas and tons of enthusiasm, but if you don't take the time to set things up properly, you'll get penalized later. So before you design your logo or post your first offer, you need to make your business real. So how do you do that? You make it official. And here's your checklist. 1. Register your LLC or whatever business structure makes sense for you. 2. Get your EIN. It's free and just takes a couple of minutes. 3. Open a business bank account. Simple enough. 4. Set up a payment processor like Stripe or Square. And in addition, you might also want to grab a business email, start a simple bookkeeping system, and have a basic client agreement ready. These steps do 3 big things. 1, they separate your personal and business finances. They make your business official, which instantly boosts confidence when talking to clients. And 3, they mentally flip a switch from trying this out to building something real. You don't need to overthink it. You don't need a lawyer or a full team to do this. Just a quiet hour, a coffee, and YouTube University. If you do want a little guidance though, I have put together a free guide that outlines exactly how to get these items taken care of quickly, and it's linked below. Once you've got this in place, you're ready for the part where most people fail completely, because now it's time to figure out what actually drives your business forward. And it's not marketing, it's not sales, it's something even deeper that almost no one gets right. Branding and marketing and sales, oh my. When most people start a business, they dive straight into marketing. They build a website, post on social, run a few ads, and then wonder why nothing sticks. It's like trying to start a car by pressing the gas pedal before turning the key. You've got fuel, but the engine's not even on. And that's because brand, marketing, and sales aren't the same thing. They're three parts of one system, and if you skip the first, the other two stall. So how does it actually work? Well, think of it like this. Your brand is the engine. It's the strategy, the story, the way people feel when they think of you. Your marketing is the gas. It's what gets you moving, the offers, the network, the outreach. And your sales are the ignition. It's what turns interest into momentum, real conversations, and real deals. Without the engine, the gas goes nowhere. Without the gas, the engine never moves. Without the ignition, you're just sitting in the driveway, revving for no reason. And here's what usually happens. Most people start with marketing because it's visible. They post, they pitch, they grind. But without a clear brand, without knowing who they are, what they stand for, and how they're different, they're just adding noise to the internet. And that's why you start with a brand. Brand gives your marketing direction, and it gives your sales purpose. Your brand is what makes someone want to buy from you before they even hop on a call. It's what gives your marketing a heartbeat instead of a megaphone. If you want an easy gut check, ask yourself this. Could someone explain what makes you different in one sentence? If not, you're running without an engine. Because clarity sells way before you do. And once you have that clarity, your brand, then your marketing can actually work. You'll know who to talk to, what to say, and where to say it. And sales? Well, that just becomes a conversation between two people who already understand each other. If you want to learn more about how to set up branding, marketing, and sales systems that build on each other and set you up for success, download the free guide that's linked below. Even if you have the right brand, the right marketing, and the right sales system, there's still one thing that could quietly undo it all. And most people don't even realize it's happening until it's too late. Keep your mind on your money. When I first went out on my own, I thought making money meant I was doing well. But then tax season came, and suddenly I realized that revenue does not equal profit. In fact, I think my accountant was the only one making a profit. I was working constantly, sending invoices, landing new clients, but the number in my bank account didn't match the effort I was putting in. It felt like pouring water into a bucket full of holes. So how do you fix that? You start treating your money like data, not drama. Every dollar coming in and going out tells you something about your business. The key is learning how to listen to it. Here's what you want to track. And this doesn't have to be complicated. Leading indicators. Things that predict money coming in. Sales calls, booked, proposals sent, conversations started. Lagging indicators. The results. Cash collected, invoices paid, and money in the account. Leading indicators show you where your business is headed, and lagging indicators tell you what actually happened. And you need both. And don't forget expenses. A lot of people treat every business expense like a write-off party. But remember, every dollar you spend is one you don't take home. So spend strategically. Invest in things that either increase profit or save time. Because profitability isn't about greed, it's about stability. It's what keeps your business alive long enough to make an impact. If you want an easy starting point, set up a simple dashboard, something that shows your total revenue, expenses, and profit margin month by month. You will be shocked how much clarity that gives you. You'll make decisions faster, you'll feel more confident, and you'll finally know if the work you're doing is actually working. And if you want to go deeper, I put together a free spreadsheet template that you can grab below. It's the same one I used when I was scaling my business from solo freelancer to full-time founder. Because here's the thing, you can have the systems, the structure, and the success, but if you don't learn how to step out of your own business, you'll never truly be free. Think in systems. When I hired my first employee, I thought I was buying back my time. But instead, I spent more time answering questions than I did getting work done. It wasn't their fault, it was mine. Because I hadn't built a system. I just built a slightly bigger version of myself. A version of myself that had no clue what the other version of myself was doing. It's a recipe for disaster, and an all too common one. So, how do you fix that? Well, you start documenting everything you do, and I mean everything. If you find yourself repeating a task twice, well, that's a system waiting to be built. Write it down, record your screen, create a checklist, anything that helps someone else repeat your results without you having to explain it again and again. The truth is, most service businesses don't fail because they lack clients. They fail because the founder becomes the bottleneck. If everything depends on you, your business can't grow beyond your capacity, and you end up trapped in a job that you thought you just escaped. Systems let you delegate confidently, deliver consistently, and finally step out of day-to-day execution. Start simple. Document your client onboarding process, your communication preferences, your project handoffs. Don't wait until you're big enough. That day never comes. Build the system first, and growth will fill it in. This is what separates the professionals from the owners. Professionals work in their business. Owners build the business that works for them. That's how I'd launch and scale a professional service business in 2026. When you do all of this, you've got the systems, the clarity, the structure, but there's still one thing standing between where you are and where you actually want to be. It's not more clients. It's not more hours. It's a completely different way of seeing your business. And that's what I'm going to show you next. The shift that turns what you've built into something people believe in.